Officials with diplomatic immunity have been accused of sexual assault and indecent exposure. I'm going to read into this more from Sky News, you guys. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Reganelite here with an article from Sky News with the headline that officials with diplomatic immunity have been accused of sexual assault and indecent exposure. The Foreign Office have revealed that in 2023, 9 serious and significant offences were allegedly, and that's the key word, allegedly, carried out by overseas officials who are exempt from being prosecuted. Guys, while you're here, make sure you hit the like button and share this across social media so others are notified of this video. When you read this headline, before you even read the article, it once again reinforces that narrative, that really frustrating narrative that we have, that it's becoming a growing narrative of one rule for us and one rule for them. It really does feel like that, doesn't it? Now, some people may make a compelling case in the comments down below about why they should have some sort of immunity. But my general consensus and my belief is that if you break the law, you should pay. If you've committed a crime, you should face justice. It's not rocket science to figure that out. Now, again, you can make a compelling case that some of these jobs and livelihoods that some of these people do, but there's Regan, they have to, there's one or two reasons they're behind it, X, Y, Z, what not. Now, we don't know. I don't know the full details, and I've read the piece already, but we're going to read it together anyway. I don't know enough to know about these cases, but what I do know is that if this was true, this is absolutely infuriating, especially when we know of people within our own here in the UK who have been accused and have been convicted and faced the full wrath of justice. But there are other things, other examples that we'll see in this piece as well. And it's the morality of it is what sits on me here, about how this is not right. It's not right that because they are diplomats in another country that have done something they know they shouldn't have done, and that because of who they are, because they are a diplomat, they are exempt from any kind of persecution or crimes. Now, I don't know about you, it seems outrageous to me. Where is the law? And what even? And here's the heartbreaking thing that nobody ever talks about when we talk about things like this. The victims, the alleged victims in all of these things, they suffered as a direct result of these perpetrators, allegedly perpetrators in this case, and they will never face justice. Just like those in the COVID inquiry, they will never be able to oppose criminal sanctions against the politicians here in the United Kingdom, the likes of Matt Hancock and Boris Johnson. They won't face criminal charges. They will never face prison time for the actions that they did. Because they're politicians. But if you were in their shoes, if you weren't a politician, if you did what they did, you face justice. And this once again reinforces that establishment, doesn't it? And it just makes you feel like the system is broken and that you want to tear it all down. Something that America is doing right now, isn't it? Well, planning to do next year. Let's read into this. So, sexual assault and indecent exposure are among the crimes alleged to have been committed by people with diplomatic immunity last year. So, the Foreign Office has revealed that in 2023, 9 serious and significant offences were allegedly carried out by overseas officials who are exempt from being prosecuted. A serious offence has been defined as someone that could carry a penalty of 12 months imprisonment or more, according to a government minister, Kathleen West, who confirmed the data in a written ministerial statement. Under diplomatic conventions enshrined in international law, officials with a diplomatic service base in a foreign country are granted various immunities. The extent to which they or their family members are immune from prosecution depending on how senior they are. There should be some accountability if they are found to have done something that they shouldn't have done that could cause harm to others. I don't think that's right. I think that's extremely dangerous. Like, at least facing it, like, this doesn't sit. I know some people are going to comment to saying, this is the normal Regan, it's always been like that. Yeah, but it's not. My point is that it's not right. That's my point. In 2023, serious offences committed, including an Iraqi accused of possession of distribution of indecent images of children, a Libyan accused of sexual assault, a Portuguese person accused of indecent exposure, and someone from Singapore facing an accusation of child cruelty and neglect. This is, yeah. Like, again, I know these are allegations, but still. A Fujian and a Pakistani who were also accused of driving without insurance. Okay, it's not the same as sexual assault, but it's still wrong nonetheless. While diplomats from Ghana, Libya, and Mongolia were accused of assault. Mrs. West said around 26,500 people are entitled to diplomatic or international organisations related immunity in the UK, and the vast majority of diplomats and dependents abide by UK law. 26,000. The number of alleged serious offences committed by members of the diplomatic community in the UK is proportionately low. Okay, yes, you can make that consensus that it is low, but it shouldn't. It should be like literally like between 1 and 5, up to 1 to possibly 5 people. Like, if there are accusations and they are not investigated in any way, shape, or form, that just doesn't sit right with me at all. They should not have such a job. They should not have such immunity. They should not. They should be exempt from it. They should. The system is broken. She said the Foreign Office does not tolerate foreign diplomats or dependents breaking the law. And when crimes are brought to their attention, we ask for relevant foreign governments or international organisations to waive immunity, where appropriate, to facilitate further investigation. So they waive immunity. So they ask them to waive immunity and then facilitate. For the most serious offences, when a relative waiver has not been granted, we request the immediate withdrawal of the diplomat or dependent. Well, that's a good start, at least. But are they going to face any crimes for what they allegedly have done? Among the foreign government staffers of whom immunity was claimed was a US spy, Anne Solis, who fled to the UK after killing a teenage motorcyclist, Harry Dunn. Yes, I remember this story. In Northamptonshire in 2019. The UK wanted her return to face the trial, but the US State Department resisted. Eventually, she was tried remotely while remaining in the US. The minister also set out the fines and taxes owned by diplomatic missions, including over £122 million in unpaid London congestion charges from its introduction in 2003 till the end of September 2024. Let's talk a little bit about this story, because I never really covered it, because I am familiar with this story. It's absolutely disgusting that this US spy was able to get away with what she basically did. Completely destroyed the life of somebody, and the fact that the US State Department, yes, of course, countries have a right to protect their citizens. There is that, but there is also like the law. There is, people have, regardless of where you are from, there is supposed to be some kind of justice that you need to face. And I think the US should have done more to have pushed a case and a trial here. But yeah, this one really infuriated me, because the family and friends of Harry Dunn, didn't really get while there is closure now, but it wasn't what they wanted. The US owed £15 million of that total, while Japan owed $10 million and China $9 million. Just on top of that, Mrs. West said officials have regular contact with diplomatic missions and international organisations in the UK about outstanding national non-domestic rates and NDR payments, outstanding parking fine debts, and unpaid London congestion charge debts, to press for payments for outstanding debts and fines. I will just obviously say, because I do think, yeah, some people may bring this up in the comments, and I think it is a point here. Well, Regan, what about spies and covert ops and all that kind of stuff? Well, to be honest, they should face justice. They should do. But at the same time, we know that governments cover them up, and people don't get the justice that they deserve. And there's a part of me is like, I understand why governments do it, but then there's the moral side of me is just like, well, it's not right that so many people in the world don't get the justice that they deserve. It is extremely infuriating. It is very frustrating. Now, yes, granted, there needs to be better cooperation with countries when it comes to foreigners in one nation or another. There needs to be more cooperation with international companies, especially when they've committed a crime and then they run back to their homeland, so they don't have to face any charges. It's just there needs to be more shared cooperation on that part. But when you hear accusations of sexual assault, like for me, the sexual assault ones, or God forbid if some, and it wouldn't surprise me at all. God forbid if somebody was to be raped and then they run away to another country and they never face charges. It's just disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. So what do you guys think? What do you guys make of diplomatic immunity? What do you guys make of this piece from Sky News? Do you think there should be more should be done to do this? And do you agree with me that many people just never get the justice that they deserve because of diplomatic immunity? Let me know your thoughts and more down in the comments section below. If you found this video informative, please hit the like button. It would be greatly appreciated. Share it across social media so others are notified of this video. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider subscribing because it really does help support the channel. If you want to go one step further and financially support me and the work that I do here, you can do so by becoming a YouTube member for as little as 99p, or join me on Rumble or Patreon for exclusive content on those platforms. So thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to catch you all very, very soon.